Hey everyone, in this video we're going to go over 5 easy baseline inbound plays that you can run against a matchup or person-to-person defense, so stay tuned.
It's holding him. That's a jump ball?
You missed that one!
Ref, he got whacked. Call a foul! Get up! How is that not a foul?
Before we get started, if you like the content I put out here, please check out my Instagram account, @CoachRuss32, where I share coaching motivational and inspirational quotes and video clips, team administrative tips, and I also clarify rules for new and growing basketball coaches. First, let's go over some terminology that you'll need to know to understand these plays. This area is called the key or the paint. Towards the baseline on each side are the blocks, and outside the free throw line are the elbows. Here are the corners, and here are the wings. Whichever side of the court the ball is on is called the strong side. The side opposite the ball is called the weak side. So this is our strong side block player and strong side elbow player. And this is our weak side block player and the weak side elbow player. The setup. Each of these plays will start from the same box setup and we'll be inbounding the ball under our own basket. Make sure your players know never to inbound the ball from this area under the basket or they risk hitting the backboard. In the box inbound setup, our 2 bigger players are on the blocks outside of the key and our 2 guards are positioned at the elbows also outside of the key. This setup is where the name box or box formation comes from. The box set is a popular set to use because it gives players a very defined location where they need to be on the court. Key teaching points. Key teaching points for these inbound plays are 1. Set solid screens. Arms and elbows close to the body and don't move. 2. Wait for the screen to be set. Players often move too soon before a screen is set and they make the screen totally ineffective. And 3. Use the screens properly. If someone is setting a screen on my defender, I want to try and run my defender into the screen. Have your players practice rubbing shoulders when coming off a screen in practice. Here are the 5 plays I'll go over in this video. Screen up, screen away, double screen, low post clear, and 3-pointer for the inbounder. Because each of these plays uses the box setup, you can add these to your offense one by one. You don't need to teach them all at once. Once you feel your team is running an inbound play well, add another one. A huge advantage of having more than one box set inbound play is that the setup looks exactly the same to your opponent. They won't easily anticipate what you're going to do. Screen up. On go, our 2 bottom players will screen up for the 2 top players who will cut down towards the baseline. Our first look will be our weak side and strong side cutters. If either of them are open, we want to pass it to them for an open layup. A secondary action off this play would be a strong side screen away and a cut down the lane by our 4 player. If our first 2 cutters aren't open, you'll often find this last middle cutter wide open. If the second screen is made, our 5 player should drop back as a safety and our 1 player moves out to the corner to clear the lane as an inbound option. Here's the full play with the second screen. Here's a look at the play with defenders. Here, our weak side cutter is open after the screen. In this look, our strong side cutter is open. Here, both cutters aren't open, but we get an open layup off our secondary screening action. And if none of our options are open, we can always inbound the ball to our safety. Screen across. On go, our 2 strong side players will screen across and our 2 weak side players will cut across the key. Our first look will be to our bottom cutter. It's a layup if they're open, and then to our top cutter. And just like our screen up play, the secondary action is another screen and cut down the middle with our ball side player clearing out of the lane. Here's the play with our first two options, and our secondary action screen and cut down the middle. If the last cutter down the middle isn't open, you'll always be able to inbound the ball here or here. Here's a look at the play with defenders. In this example, our bottom cutter gets open off the cross screen. You won't see this very often except with young teams and teams that don't communicate very well. Here our bottom cutter is covered, and we just inbound the ball to our top cutter. Here's the play looking for our secondary action down the middle. And if we run through the entire play and our secondary cut down the middle isn't open, we can always inbound the ball either here in the corner or here on the wing. Double screen. On go, our strong side elbow player will come down and set a double screen, shoulder to shoulder, for our weak side block player, who will cut under or over the double screen to the corner. The first goal of this play is to inbound the ball here. As soon as our cutter comes off the first double screen, both strong side screeners will move up to set a second double screen for our weak side elbow player. Once the ball is passed in, our inbounder will quickly move to the opposite corner. Once the ball is inbounded, our second double screen is set. Our two player comes off the double screen towards the basket. We're looking for this option, and if it's open, we'll make the entry pass from the corner or the wing. A key teaching point here is for a two player to be patient and not move until the double screen is set. If we run this play all the way through and our cutter isn't open, our one player pops out to the top of the key and we're ready to get into whatever offense we're running. Here's a look at the play with defenders. This play really has only one scoring option. If it's not there, we've already inbounded the ball and play continues. I like to mix this in with other box set plays. It's usually good for 1 or 2 wide open layups per game. Low post clear. On go, our weak side elbow player will pop out as a safety outlet, our strong side elbow player will cut to the weak side corner, and our strong side block will screen for our weak side block player. After this initial action, our weak side block player will cut across the key. We want our inbounder to really sell this first pass. This isn't our main scoring option though. Once player 5 sets the cross screen and player 4 cuts across the key, player 5 should then reverse pivot and seal their defender on their back. This is our main scoring option. Our weak side block player must be patient here and not move until the screen by player 5 is set. Even if the defense communicates this switch underneath, we can still score on this play. And if the main scoring option is covered, we have a safety outlet on the wing. 3-pointer for the inbounder. On go, our strong side elbow will set a screen for our weak side elbow player, who will come across to the wing. Our strong side block player will move out to the corner and we will inbound the ball here. Once we inbound the ball to the wing, player 5 will set a screen for our inbounder, who will move to the corner. We'll look to pass the ball here for an open 3-point shot in the corner. Here's a look at the entire play. A key teaching point here is for player 2 to catch the ball in a triple threat position, ready to drive, shoot, or pass. If they're only looking to pass to the corner, it could make this play ineffective. Here's a look at the play with defenders. Inbound to the wing, screen for the inbounder, 3-point shot in the corner. Thanks for watching my video. If you like this, leave a like. If you like the content, please subscribe. In this video, we went over 5 easy inbound plays you can run against a matchup defense. These plays will not work against a zone defense. If you're looking for an inbound play against a zone, please check out my videos number 4, 8, 13, 14, and 15. I really like baseline inbound plays from the box set, especially with younger teams. Players and parents get excited to see a play run successfully, resulting in a wide open layup. I think this builds enjoyment and love for the game, as well as putting points up on the board. I hope you'll give these plays a try. If you do, I wish you much success. Leave me a comment and let me know how it worked out for you and your team. Blessings to you and have a great season.